Whoa, welcome back. So let's see here. We got a big boy Trane system. Looks like one of the older XL 20Is. I think these stickers, I don't think I've ever worked on one of these older ones, but we'll see what we can find with it. One of our guys were out here the other day. He replaced the capacitor, and she's still working out. So status. We got 2 flashes on our status. Let's see if we can figure out what that means. Oh yeah, let's look for a fault LED. Fault. I don't see anything flashing on our fault. Contactor's not pulled in. We're having an issue with our low voltage coming up from the unit itself. So let's see if we can take a look and see. We got all sorts of problems going on here. We got one contactor pulled in here. Yikes. Yeah, like I said, this is a little more peculiar of a system. Got 0 volts here. Okay, so we got no high voltage, essentially. So we got a low stage compressor, and then that's their full stage there. That's really peculiar. So let's check out and take a look at our breaker. Let's see our got no voltage. Contactor's pulled in here. No voltage there. Let's see if we can find our disconnect or breaker box. Okay. Those aren't tripped. Huh. It was tripped. Fired up. Shoot. Okay. That compressor's shot, more than likely. It just keeps tripping the breaker. Let's check that again. At least we know which unit we're having issues with. There's only one contact that's being pulled in. So turn this breaker off completely. It's tripped, all right. Goodness gracious. That's a beast. That's pretty stout down there, isn't it? Let's see if we can get down in there to ohm these things out. There's no real way to get in here other than to kind of hop in. You know what I'm going to do first and foremost though? I'm just going to try to ohm it from here. Like I said, we know this is the issue. No voltage. I'm not sure. At the wires first. Compressor. It's 0.8 ohms. Let's see here. 0.9. Oil to ground. Oil to ground there. 0.9 there. .8. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to check my lock rotor amps again on this thing. Put these wires back. So I'm just going to check the lock rotor amps here, inrush current, and our amp draw. See what we get. Oh well. So inrush is off the charts. Really drawing 10 amps. It's climbing pretty rapidly. Well, check each. 8 amps there. Four amps here. She's doing some cooling. All right, so it's been had it running for a good 5-10 minutes. And it's, I mean, the pressures are perfect. Temp split's good. 10 degrees subcooling. Everything's on the money. So I'm basically thinking it's more than likely going to be this here start capacitor. I'm going to try to pull that real quick. Turn it off real quick. Let me just start back up to see. Oh yeah, look at that. Lock rotor. So that means to me that it's not starting up. So we turn the power off, good. I love when you're able to just find out the issue in real time. Because that's the thing. A lot of times the start capacitor, it can be like, it could feel like an intermittent issue because sometimes it'll start up and turn over, sometimes it won't, you know. So it's more than likely That's what we're working with here. Go ahead and pull these two off. Pop this sucker into microfarads. Let's see what we got. Alright, we got 250 microfarads. It's calling for 230. It could be this. Could be the relay. Let's see here. Or could it be this here capacitor? This is good. This is fine. Actually, I'm thinking it's more than likely going to be this here, the run capacitor. Looks like that's already been replaced. I'm not sure when, but... Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the start relay. That's what I'm thinking it is. Put our things onto ohms. And so what we're going to want to do, I think 5 and 2, so we see 5 and 2 is going to be our coil. I'm going to check resistance between 5 and 2. Ooh, look at that. Sheesh, that could be a cause, but let's just check that out. Five and 2. Okay, 5 kilo ohms, so the coil seems to be fine. Let's check between 2. Ah, there we go. So I'm looking between 5 and 1, and I've got OL, when I should be having continuity there. Yeah. So I should be having continuity between 5 and 1. As you can see, OL is between 5 and 1. And then we've got the coils in good shape. So we've got 5 kilo ohms between the coil. Let's see if I've got a relay in here. So I was able to get one out of this here hard start kit. Good thing we actually carry these, because usually I used to use those little built all-in-one hard start kits where it doesn't have the separate relay. But it's a lifesaver having this on hand. Okay, so now we can check this one between 2 and 1, right? So we're going to check 2 and 1. Voila. 0 ohm. That's how it should be. 0 ohms between 2 and 1. We'll probably have 5 and 1. 10 kilo ohms. Oh, sorry, it should be 5 and 2. Oh yeah, you know, 5 and 2. That's it. 5 and 2 at 10 kilo ohms. Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly break this down and show you what I mean. Why this is, how the failure occurred. Just have these little tabs here. Okay. Let's just break the tab. This thing is destroyed anyway. I don't have time to be preserving this thing. Okay. So we could see internally. Remember I told you that this here, these are, well, wow, look at that. Big boy flat arc. So remember I told you that 2 and 4 should have been connected when the power is off. They should always, it should be having continuity. And you can see the jumpers there. You see that little gap? It basically blew out, but I could see an air gap between that little jumper. And when you basically power the coil, what happens is the magnetic field will pull in, boink, like such, and that'll break it, take it out of the circuit. When that thing is, what do you call it? When the compressor speeds up and it's properly started up, it pulls it out of the circuit, creates a magnetic field in this coil, sucks it in, boing. But you could see that's not connecting. If you want, oh well, I guess it is there. You could push it together, but as it rests, you got a nice gap. So that was our failure. And like I said, relays are not very common. They're not very common in the first place, so it's not a very common issue to find. All right. Get us a terminal here. So yeah, we knew it was going to be something within the capacitor realm, just based off that lock rotor. Put that on 5 as well, and the 2 there, and this is going to go into 1. Get this sucker back in. These are a little loose too. Pinch these things in a little bit. There she goes. Now, let's check her out. Got her on amps. Beautiful. Oh yeah, we're good to go. Make sure that's out of the circuit. Yes, sir. Here you go. So we're on to the next.